Welcome back, fillies and gentlecolts, to Brony Plays Minecraft. This is right where we left off, in the pits of Tartarus, with our small house complete. After the harrowing events of the fall of Everfree. Having a little bit of peace and housefulness is kind of nice. Of course, how can I really say such things when, you know, this house is here? But a place is a place, regardless of how dark it may be. And darkness is nice sometimes. One of the main elements, right? Well, in some places. Luna would not be happy with me if I were to besmirch the face of darkness. All I will say is that we need to brighten this up a little bit. I don't mind the eternal night, but I do want this to be a little brighter, so that, you know, it's less zombie infested. Like down there. Oh god. Sword. Haha. In the name of Celestia, have at thee. String. Yes. And in the name of Luna, foul beast. There we go. A little bit of running room. So I can do that. Well, that didn't go so well. Sometimes I do wish this weren't a cave world, because then I could actually see the sky. I have a feeling that if I go that way, we'll just run into more cave overhead. Oh well. Here's some coal. I don't know why I didn't get this earlier. We're running a little low on light, so let's get this. So, what to do, right? Well, mining is probably the biggest thing, and actually, the cave world would be good for that. The other thing we need to do is we need to make some progress on the Mystcraft goals. We need to make some progress on the house. That's actually kind of embarrassing almost that we haven't done very much there. By house, I mean the main house. In the, our main house in Equestria. Ugh, good grief. There's water down there, which intrigues me a little bit, but no matter. We'll be back to that in a bit. Let's close that. There are my sticks. Torches are fun. I have all this leaf matter. What can I do with that? And a linking book to Everfree and one to Tartarus. Well, I probably don't want to use the one to Everfree anymore. Who knows where that's going to take me. One to Tartarus, though, we know where that goes. This is the only one I need, and we'll let that be for a while. We're going to have to make some new books if we want to get any progress on that, because with the destruction of the age in Everfree, well, with the destruction of that age, there's just no house there anymore, so we can't say that we completed that goal. Other things we need are to eat. There we go. Other things that we need, we still need a bed and a second floor to the house, and another chest. This one's something. I don't know what I'm going to do with these leaves. Good grief. Goodness gracious, whatever shall I do? I don't know. Whatever shall we do? Ah, crap, we still only have 2 string. I was hoping we could make a bow, but oh well. That'll wait till next time. Some link book stands. Maybe we should expand our writing room a little bit. It's not like we have a floor here yet. We could definitely use one of those. And this is kind of inconsistent, isn't it? Do I have wood? I have wood. Do I have any logs? No. Make a floor out of glass. That's an option. Let's go check on the reeds. It's night out, but not much. Well, then let's do some home improvement. I was thinking about doing some mining, but that'll wait. One other thing we need to do, I just realized, is we need to make that armor. Ooh. Oh, I guess we're not going to have a complete set of armor, but we still need to make it. And before this pick runs out, we need to go mine. So, let's see. We need a second floor. We need a basement. I almost forgot about that. Goodness. We need a second floor. We'll need a basement. We'll need to mine a bit for most of this stuff. We need. Looks like we're not quite ready yet. Ready for what? Adventure. Not since we're always ready for adventure. And most importantly, those reeds need time to grow. Those down there. Before we can do before we can do much more Mystcrafting. So, that means we either have mining or logging available to us, and logging's not a great choice right now, so not much else to do then, but go mine for a bit. Got to get some more stuff. What kind of stuff? All sorts of stuff. Hey! That wasn't very nice. I really need to get that armor. There we go. Get a little bit of this iron. Finding iron in the floor like this is always a little annoying because I have to remember to build stairs, but whatever. We need it nonetheless. So, shall we go adventure? Adventure away! Already I see glimmer of light. Torches, perhaps? Or, oh, nope, torches. Good. It's good that these caves connect. So, where are we? Aside from being in a cave, I mean, like, what should we ramble about? I mean, I've mentioned various ramblings about this, that, and the other thing before, so we should actually have some. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's not what I expected. I've been reading a lot of fanfics lately. It's kind of been a thing that I do now when I get home from work, and I'm not making episodes or other stuff. And I've been reading them because, you know, they're of good merit and value and interesting, and some of them add a lot of, I don't know, a lot of something. Character, flavor, lore. Oh dear, that was close. Man, this place is just... So, cool things of fanfics that I've seen. I'll have to go down and get those. There have been some detailing histories of Equestria. I've been quite amused at that. Some detailing histories of... I guess they don't intend. It's not their main purpose is to detail histories and stuff, but through the stories they've told, they've been detailing things. You can tell here I haven't planned any of this out, so I don't really have anything specific. But, oh, I know. Flutterdeath. Fluttershy in the role of Death. That is something to discuss, because it is discussion worthy, yes. One of the recent stories I read was called A Cold Hoof of Mercy, or, well, A Cold Hand of Mercy. Ponify reads it as A Cold Hoof of Mercy, which is appropriate for ponies, because many of them do not have hands. And in the story, Fluttershy is asked to take on the role of Death, to bring ponies into the Ever, which is this author's version of the pony afterlife. Sounds like a decent place. Metaphysically speaking, the whole point of the Other is to catalog and archive experiences, lives, etc., to figure out, well, I guess kind of to sort things out. That's a theme that's been used before in similar cosmic style works. Mostly I'm thinking of the Incarnations of Immortality by Piers Anthony. In that book, book, in that series, the various forces of nature, such as death, nature, good, evil, etc., are all played or held. They're essentially offices. They're essentially responsibilities. They're like, you know, being the mayor of this or that for a day. And basically, mortals are elected to lead those offices and the duties therein. Similar to how in this fanfic, Fluttershy is elected, well, chosen, to the office of death. Now, the way that the fanfic has it, Fluttershy doesn't really get a choice. The spider gets a choice, but it won't make it because it doesn't actually have a choice because of the way AI works. Anyways, Fluttershy doesn't really get a choice. Her choice pretty much is either die or become death, and neither one of those sound great, but so already there's one deviation from the previous, from that other story, the incarnations. This creeper's another one. Let it blow up. Nothing I can do anyways. Really need to make that armor. So then the story, Cold Hand of Mercy, continues, just detailing Fluttershy's daily life as death, more or less, and the experiences and trials that she has to go through. For such a kind pony, having to kill other ponies is very traumatic for her, and it's an experience that takes a long time to get used to. But eventually, the author comes through with what we would expect from such a story, and Fluttershy is the Cold Hand of Mercy, taking ponies out of their final throes of misery, bringing the comfort of death to them. It's a weird thing to say, the comfort of death. How can that be comforting? Well, some are old and just ready to go. Others are in great pain. And, I mean, the premise is that you get to see all your friends and loved ones and so on in the afterlife. She's the person who takes it there. Well, pony. She's the pony that takes him there. She facilitates that essence of nature, that aspect. And in that respect, she is maintaining her element of kindness. And the story comes to fruition with that sort of apotheosis, that personal revelation, as it were. Let's see, I want to go down to diamonds. Let's go down. Let's find a safer way down. I'm going in circles, I know. Links to the Incarnation series, then. In the Incarnation series, mortals who become incarnations have their duties temporarily suspended for the length of their office holding. That is to say that if you were a senator in real life and then you became an incarnation, you're still around, you're still there, but you're no longer worrying about that role of your life anymore. You now have a different role. And in the same way, this author portrayed Flutter Death. She was kind of sort of still around, although his words, Fluttershy as Equestria knew her ceased to exist, are take that into question a little bit. I'm hearing noises. Oh. A spider. And a zombie. There's lava down there. Let's not go down that way. Find a different way down. I mean, this is Minecraft. I could just mine and craft, but there's no fun in exploring, if that's the case. So, some might wonder if Fluttershy is busy being death, what happens to her status as the bearer of the element of kindness? You know, she is one of the elements of harmony, or at least she bears that office. And part of that is related to how those play out. Essentially, in the story, she's allowed to retain her status as the element of kindness, and should anything threaten Equestria and need the elements, she would be permitted to return, so to speak, to daily life, to cover her role as element of kindness. This is somewhat similar to the incarnations in that if you were, you're still around, even if you are an incarnation, and so you can still perform some of your earthly stuff if you really had to. But for the most part, if you were a senator before, you lose those jobs. This is where Flutter Death is a little different. She's still retains that role as kindness, and it's not given up just because she's doing something else. This may be because someone who's, because in the story Fluttershy doesn't actually die. Notice that was one of the choices given to her. She could either die or take on the role of death. Good lord, I don't want to fall down there. Despite the fact that, Fluttershy as Equestria knew her ceased to exist, she's still around, and she's still alive. She's still considered immortal, and her time will still end. This might be in contrast to other stories where people who take on the offices or the duties of something stop being mortal. And I'm referring mostly to Sandman here. And if you've read Sandman by Neil Gaiman, you'll probably are going to start saying, "But wait a moment, that's not at all what happens." And that's true. What I'm referring to here is that in Sandman, the various forces of nature are personified by personalities known as the Endless. I'm picking my words very carefully there. They're not living creatures known as the Endless. They're just personalities that are kind of taking care of death or destruction or dreaming. They all begin with D, by the way. An abandoned mine shaft. That's never fun. Hi! You're down there. Can I get you? You're not even interested. Oh, that's a nice haul. A good way down. Okay, I don't think I'm going to get that on this trip. I should probably start heading back. No diamond today. Where was I? Oh yes, the Endless. So, you can still kill personalities of the Endless. So, at the end of the Endless series, one of the personalities of the aspect of dreaming is killed. Well, commits suicide. Stops being around at any rate. So it's kind of the same thing. But another replaces him, and this other personality, or whatever it is or was initially a mortal type person. Not exactly immortal, but a mortal type person. And so he stopped being his usual mortal self and went on to become this personality that was in charge of dreaming. Gold! I guess I could make a clock with it. Oh, must you be so cruel, game? Guess I should have just looked up earlier and noticed. Ow. At least it didn't fall down there. Anyways. Let's see. So. Flutter Death, Incarnations of Immortality, and the Endless. How do they connect? And where are we down here? I've kind of just been rambling, and we're not exactly lost, but we're not exactly close to the surface either. Timer on the video went off, however, so I had better cut this short before it gets too large. I don't like really large videos here. So when we come back, we're going to continue this dissection, more or less. I'll plan it out a little better, I think. And we'll continue our mining adventures. Till then, keep on trotting.